end of the 19th century, there was a race among explorers to be first to reach the North Pole. One of them was the Swedish scientist Salomon August Andrée. The Andree Polar Expedition took off from Virgohamna on Dane Island, Danskøya, in the air balloon Örnen, 1897. They never reached the North Pole, and their whereabouts were unknown until 30 years later, when their remains were found on Kvitøya, White Island. All their documentation and films were in good condition, and that is why we know so much about their expedition today.
A little mysterious feeling when we are approaching this myth place for us Swedes anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here I am.
I am having you in here.
Okay.
I can see you in the camera.
You can. Oh, sorry. Because I can see myself here and I'm not. Sorry.
Oh.
We have to cut this out. We can't have a domestic quarrel.
No, we cannot have everybody to know you're a Messerschmitt saying to me what I see or not see.
Besserwisser.
Besserwisser, Messerschmitt. See, once again.
Yes. I can't help it. It's in my nature.
It's because you're
it's
a
like
little
the
brother.
Scorpion and the sting.
It is because you're a little brother. Me being a big sister, I know how to, release and let go. Release and let go. Anyway, it will not be in the movie. We are now approaching into Virgohamna. So what is the island before? It's called Øya. 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 So where's Øya? It's
this one.
That one, yeah, the small one in front of the big mountain.
But it's probably almost connected.
It does look like that, and now you're on camera again.
Good. Yeah.
My
so
sweet
this
husband.
Is where they took off from with the balloon.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to step
Ashore.
Now it's time to go ashore in the footpath of Andree.
Yeah. Have you started the engine?
I think so.
From here, it doesn't look like anything.
No, but it's not. It's just a pile of planks and things like that. It's not much, but
they were having a camp here.
Yeah. But the houses and there was a balloon hangar. There were houses. They made hydrogen gas here for the balloon and everything. So
must have been a vibrant community
Yeah.
at the time.
we are going in stealth mode here with the electric. No, the electric one is really convenient, doing these small hops. And in this speed, I have still 3 hours and a half to go. And this is probably 2 knots. It's more than you can row this boat anyway. Do you would like to try to take up with me?
This one you tell me, oh, I forgot to put down the wheel.
Pull!
Better to do like this. Nu går vi. 1, 2, 3. It is a bit too heavy.
Okay, I will give it a try then. Oh, hey! I think this is good enough.
I think so too.
Aren't you happy you're having a strong husband?
Yes.
Right. And now he will have a pee in the water.
Okay, let me see how that looks like. Well, I must say, you are such a he-man.
So this Virgohamna is considered an outdoor museum actually. So we are only allowed to go in certain paths. We can't go freely around in the, wherever we want to go. So we have a well-cleared map how we can move around here. And we needed to have a special permission to come ashore here. And they are checking this. We were checked when we came to Hamna by the Sysselman, and there was a boat coming in here.
Before us.
We don't know if it was exactly going here, but the Sysselmaster came and went on board, and somehow we felt that they changed direction. We don't know this, but
it looked like it.
Yeah, so
they were definitely. I think
so. They are watching this area for sure. Then we go and have a look at the Andree base, which was over there. So do you see this all iron things here? That was from when they were making the hydrogen gas for the air balloon. Sorry?
This is the ruin of Pike's house.
Yeah, but what Ace? I think that was where Andree and them made the hydrogen gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pike, who was Pike then?
Yeah, I took a picture.
But didn't they use his old house as a base as well? Andree and these guys. So Pike was something.
Lord Pike was the first to winter for pleasure in Svalbard in 1888. The remains of his solid 4-room house can be seen here.
Yeah, so this one. So the first pleasure overwinterer stay here. So that must have been, so Virgohamna was an important place or had some kind of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go up and see where he had his hangar. And there is supposed to be a monument up here as well. So this is remains from Dutch graves from the whaling area. And there you see his house. Pike, who was the first pleasure overwinterer. And there you see my wife. And then, yeah, we almost can't see across. But we are anchored out there. You look really cool carrying the gun.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it was a big whaling period here, 1700s. So these graves are probably from there. They were Dutch people.
Yeah. So this is where his hangar was for the balloon. And this is a monument raised in 1958 by the Swedish
crew.
Warship, or say Älvsnabben, who came here. And so here you see where the hangar stood. You can see there is a lot of wood. So I guess it was over there somewhere for the air balloon, and which it took off 1897,
July 11.
So can you tell us the story then?
Well, it's really tragic, but because it was a race to reach the North Pole, he had his sponsors, King Oscar II of Sweden, Alfred Nobel, who we all know from the Nobel Prize. So he got good sponsors. So he tried in 1896, but the weather wasn't too good, so then he had to postpone it. So 1897 he went away. There was one expedition person that should have been with him, a meteorologist, and he backed out. So that's he kind of, I understood afterwards, maybe knew that this wasn't such a good idea.
Like a doomed expedition.
Yeah, he did.
Because they did not had a good start. They did run into trouble immediately.
So when you have an air balloon, you have some
steering lines,
and at the very beginning they lost quite a lot of them.
Yeah, so
which meant they could not steer the balloon.
Yeah.
And then the balloon did not take such a great height immediately, so they dropped a lot of ballast, which they thought that they could get rid of, I guess. But they only managed to fly like 300 kilometers, and then they crashed
on the ice. And then they tried to get back somehow.
Well, they weren't really trying to get back. They were trying to get to Russia, it seemed like, because they were walking on the ice. So the ice was moving up, and they tried to move forward. So it took them like 4 months or something like that, and then they reached Kvitøya.
How do we know all this?
Because they were filming. They were having a camera with them, a motion camera, so they were filming the struggle they had. They were making a lot of notes.
Documents.
And documenting, meteorologist data and stuff, and ice and everything. And then they were found in 1930s.
Yeah,
so all of this documentation.
They were not found. The documents and their bodies or bones, everything, just by luck.
Yeah.
On Kvitøya.
Yeah.
And therefore we know so much about this expedition.
Yeah. Otherwise it would just have been lost, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of medicine. So they don't know why they died. It's not because they could not research it, I guess, or did not want to. I don't know.
And there is also a love story in this.
Yeah. You tell me the love story. You found it.
So there was this young Strindberg. He was the youngest of the three. And he had a fiancée called Anna, who was waiting for him many years. He wrote letters which they found to her, but of course she never got them. But I don't know after how many years waiting for him, she married an English guy and moved to England. And then when she died as an old woman, it was decided that they should take out her heart. I think they burned it and send it to Sweden and placed it in the young Strindberg's grave, which they took home from Kvitøya when they found him. That's like really strong. I'm almost start crying now when I read this. Like,
so the 3 people in the expedition, they were buried at the same place in Stockholm.
In Stockholm.
Same grave.
And then
her heart as well.
And and it came much later. Yeah.
When was it? Maybe in the 60s or something, 50s or 60s?
I don't know when she died. But as an old woman, she decided that my heart belongs to Strindberg.
Oh, now you make me cry.
Before we go out to the boat, I would like to summarize this experience. How was it for you?
For me, it's some kind of energy here. Expectations. Yeah.
It was a very strong experience. I was touched by it, I must say. And of several things. First, we have read up about it, and we also can do a recommendation there about the book. For if there is any Swedish viewers who can read a book by
Bea Usman, and it's called My Love Story, but in Swedish.
Yeah, Min kärlekshistoria. And she was like upset by this story, and not upset. Obsessed with this story, and really
She did research for over 15 years, her own research, and she found things that she kind of thinks that they haven't really put forward. So that should have been put forward.
If you can read it, or do as us an audiobook. It was really good because she's the storyteller there.
Yeah.
And the other thing for me is also because this was one of our goals for this
trip to Svalbard,
or exhibition, we could call it. So this is one stop, and then we have another that we will cross the 80 degrees north. And so this was it was a strong feeling in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we need to go back to the boat, and I think I need
To
have something strong to drink.
Oh, really?
Isn't it the small Saturday?
Is it the small Saturday? Does that mean we're making love today as well then?
I hope. Or this is the small Saturday.
It is
Wednesday.
the small Saturday.
So we can have a little something, because I think that would be good.
My legs are shaking actually.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's go back. And until next time, maybe, if we end the movie here, we could say that. And don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to subscribe.